Today, we're winding the clock back to the early 1990s, a time of great uncertainty and change on Britain's railways. The privatisation of the nation's railways is looming, when one ambitious company, known for its buses, decided to dip their toes into the world of steel wheels and sleeper services. This is the story of the short-lived Stagecoach rail sleeper and why it was ultimately doomed. The year is 1992. British Rail, in its final years, is looking to streamline its services. One casualty of this streamlining is the seated accommodation on the overnight sleeper service from London Euston to Aberdeen. For British Rail, it was one unnecessary expense, but for one company, it was an opportunity. Enter Stagecoach, a giant of the road, but a complete unknown on the rails. With privatisation on the horizon, Stagecoach saw a gap in the market. They leased 6 of British Rail's Mark 2D coaches and gave them a fresh coat of paint in the distinctive Stagecoach rail livery. On March 11, 1982, Stagecoach Rail was born. The plan was simple: offer a budget-friendly seated option on the popular London Aberdeen sleeper, complete with a hostess service and a light breakfast. What could possibly go wrong? Well, quite a lot as it turned out. The service was, to put it mildly, a financial disaster. While the idea seemed sound, the execution was full of hurdles. One of the biggest being ticketing. In a pre-internet era, tickets were sold almost exclusively through British Rail's own ticket offices, and it seems BR wasn't exactly going out their way to promote its new rival service. Passengers reported that booking a seat on the Stagecoach service was difficult and a confusing process. What isn't confusing is our new limited edition merch. We've got new mugs, stickers, shirts and more. We'll leave the links in the description below. Now back to Stagecoach. The relationship between Stagecoach and British Rail quickly soured. What had started as a tentative partnership descended into a bitter dispute. Stagecoach accused BR of deliberately undermining the service, while BR, for its part, seemed happy to let the experiment fail. After just 6 short months, the dream was over. In October 1982, the lease on the 6 carriages was terminated early, and the carriages were repainted back into their intercity swallow livery. Stagecoach continued to promote the service for a while, but was officially withdrawn on the 3rd of October 1983. But the story doesn't end there. For Stagecoach, this failed experiment was a valuable, if costly, lesson. In 1986, they went on to become a major player in the privatised rail industry, operating the South West Trains franchise from February 1986 all the way into 2017. Stagecoach even owned the infamous rolling stock lessor Waterbrook for a couple of years in the late 90s. And in a curious twist of fate, years later they would launch a highly successful sleeper bus service, proving that sometimes you just need to stick to what you know. The Stagecoach Rail Sleeper of 1992 is a fascinating footnote in British railway history, a bold, premature attempt to get a head start on the privatisation that ultimately crashed and burned. It serves as a reminder that even the biggest transport giants can get their fingers burnt when they venture into new territory. We hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, then don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.